Okay, hi, this is Vic, and I'm going to provide a demonstration of regenerative braking in an electric vehicle using my 2014 Cadillac ELR. Yes, the ELR, just like the Chevrolet Volt at that year, is an electric vehicle. Now, a lot of people may be saying, wait a minute, that's a hybrid. Okay, technically speaking, yes, I guess you're correct. That is a hybrid because the electricity can come from two different sources. Doesn't matter where the electricity comes from. Electricity can come from plugging the car into a charging station and charging the power supply or the batteries, or the electricity can come from the generator that the cars carry on board. The engine that the cars carry on board is a generator. It generates electricity. And obviously, those engines or those generators need gasoline in order to generate electricity. With that being said, I will go ahead and point out the obvious. That is, if I only needed to drive my car 35 or so miles, that's 35 or 36 or 38 miles, that's the max range that I can probably get without having to run the generator. Then I wouldn't need to run. I can drive the car on straight electricity if I don't need to go any further. So I don't need gasoline in order to drive. I need electricity to drive the car. You cannot drive the Cadillac ELR without electricity, so therefore it is an electric vehicle. You absolutely must have electricity in order to drive it. And like I said, that electricity can come from the vehicle being plugged into a charger, a charging station, or from the generator that it carries under the hood. The engine is a generator, it generates electricity. Now, regenerative braking in an electric vehicle is the braking effect that is felt when decreasing the pressure on the accelerator pedal or taking your foot off of the accelerator pedal, because you feel a braking effect on the vehicle, and in the process of regenerating electricity back into the power supply, you feel a braking effect. You're actually slowing down, hence the term regenerative braking. Now, when I only need to slow down my car a little bit, depending upon the flow of traffic, I will either decrease or remove my foot from the accelerator pedal enough to go with the flow of traffic. Now, when coming to a normal stop, I will press the brake pedal when needed, and that's just another way of how driving on electricity saves you money. There's less wear and tear on the brakes and the braking system. Now, in this video, I'm going to step through. Instead of letting it play at normal speeds, I will go ahead and step through it. And in the middle of the screen, you will see total power. Under the total power, you will say number. If there's a negative sign in front of that number, that's an indication that there's power being fed back into the power supply. Right now, it's at -5 kW or kilowatts. And as we step through, you see my speed is at 43 miles per hour. It is now going deeper into the negative. It is now feeding more power into the batteries. It's now 7, and now it's 8, and now it's increased, or it's closer to positive now. It's -3, and now it's -1. Now it's 0.5, a half a kilowatt, which is not much at all. And now I'm drawing power out of the power supply. And now I'm drawing even more power, and my speed is from 43 to 44 now, and now 45. And I'm actually using or consuming power now. And it doesn't stay the same all the time. I will consume it at different rates, depending upon my pressure on the accelerator pedal. Now it's negative, once again indicating that we're feeding power back into the power supply. Now, I like to also point out that there have been several instances where I've had cruise control on while I'm on the highway, and if there's a going down an incline, going down an incline while on the highway with cruise control on, cruise control will continue to monitor my speed, and in order to keep the speed constant, it does not put on the brake. What it does is it reduces the pressure on the accelerator, because the computer in the car senses that in order if it doesn't reduce the pressure on the accelerator pedal, then it will cause the car to go higher than the set speed. So I've seen while cruise control is going, I've seen my total power go negative. Typically a -1 or a -2 or -0.5. In a gasoline vehicle just can't do that. No matter how you're driving, a gasoline vehicle is just gonna suck. That's a good saying. Just gasoline sucks all the time. Even if they don't need to, they're gonna suck. And this is just another way of how driving on electricity is more efficient. And now I'm down -7, -8, still feeding power back into the power supply or back into the batteries. And my speed is slowing down. And I'm probably not pressing on my brakes yet. Typically, I don't press my brakes until I get within less than 5 miles per hour. Okay, I'm slowing down to 14, down to 12. Still feeding power back into the power supply, and still barely feeding some power back into the power supply. Okay, and now I'm at 0 miles per hour. I've stopped. Okay, now this video was a demonstration of regenerative braking in effect, using the 2014 Cadillac ELR as a demonstrator. Thank you so much for watching.